those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and nations. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering safely.
Enemies who
Courage
hate
to live
me,
in the still ones are past perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. O Mother Saint beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and nations. May the experience happiness be separate from suffering safely. Away is related in the still ones are past perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. Dala don war zibe do no war zibe ge torba don dom jen jen be barde ju bar zeba dom je je so zebe manang ga dan yam be sim jen dom je de wa don din dong ara dan jor yor de la na me ba yong da bar zo be zan jo rum bo je do bar zo. Dasanta achieving light dreaming, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the Kandaru Lama and lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the Mandalas Vayadams. We take refuge in the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dakas and Dakinis and the Dhamma Gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and the likewise and the example of a Bodhisattvas. As previous Buddhas ambassador enlightened mind and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path. Two, for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to bodhicitta and apply myself to accomplish the stage of the path. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all Mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. I bow down respectfully with my body, speech, and faithful mind to all Tathangatas in the 10 directions. Those who have already reached Tathangata state, those who are reaching it at the present, and those Tathangata state to come. Through the power of Samatha Buddha's prayers, may all Buddhas manifest vividly in my mind. I prostrate to them, multiply in my body as many times as there are atoms of the earth. In each atom, I visualize as many Buddhas as there are atoms, surrounded by countless Bodhisattvas. Thus, all space is filled with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. I praise all Buddhas through manifesting, chanting, expressing the great ocean of the excellent qualities. To all Buddhas, I make offerings of arrows, pure flowers, flower garlands of music, anointing oils, manifesting like indifferent ground incense. I make offering to them of fine garment and the perfume and the purple, poured ayahs, moon, meru, and orange in the most beautiful way. I visualize the highest and most extensive offerings and offer them with great faith to all Buddhas. I prostrate to the Buddhas and make offering to them following the deeds of the great Bodhisattva Samandabhara. I confess to you, Buddhas, whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the merit of all the Buddhas and the 10 directions of the great Bodhisattvas and the Pakshika Buddhas, those who have entire Aharaksha and those who have entire the path of Aharaksha and other beings. I request to all great protectors and the Buddhas to turn the hearts to wear over Dharma, as the light dispelling the darkness of beings and the 10 directions, leading them gradually to the enlightened states. I supplicate those Buddhas intending pass into Parinirvana to living long for as many eons as they are atoms of the earth in order to benefit the beings. Whatever merit I have gathered through postations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. The ground is sprinkled with the scented water and strewed with the flowers. It is adorned with the Meru, the spring mountain, the four continents, the sun and the moon. As Buddha fair, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness as the Buddha fares. To the lamas who possess the Tirikayas, I offer altar, inner and sacred offerings with my body, word, and all that is visible. Please grant me supreme realization and enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through postrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. Om Guru Namandra Lapunzamanga Samandra Zavarana Samaye Ahom. Equal refuge, O name of the world. Your fame pervades 3,000 worlds. You are the victor of Jadara with our dropped. Above at the feet of Father and Jigdin Songo. Continue laughing of no one but you. Compassionate one, grant your blessings. Dispel darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize unliberated nature of mind. Please turn the way of the Dharma of the true vehicles and the combination according to desire possession and likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, overclose of true words, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds wisdom, takes his heart, he has a compassion for all beings. Who suffering from darkness of ignorance and the person of Samsara as a father for only son. Like a thunderclap, he wakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and in losing the charm of karma through the 60 branch of Haramani's speech. He wears the wisdom sword to cast settling over suffering to dispel darkness of confusion. And the Bodhisattva form is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplishing the 10 levels and the perfect in the body of our knowledge. I supplicate you, Majesty, adorned by the 112 sons of Buddha to dispel darkness of my ignorance. Om Arapasanade, Om Arapasanade, Om Arapasanade, Om Arapasanade, Om Arapasanade, Om Arapasanade. Om Arapasanade, 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 Om Vangeshoram, 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 you who are the perfect, beautiful body, whose flame of wisdom blesses, and the dispel darkness of orderly ignorance, are posted before you and pressed Manjushiri. Yone Kulin Janwai Po Yishi Dome Rabden Bar Jidin Dumo Mizarwan Jambar Yang Lai Zanzardu. Okay, so now go to the Milarepa sadhana first. Above the crown of my head, upping a lotus and the moon is Jepsin Jepadorje. The color of his body is clear blue and he wears white cotton. The locks of his hair are turned upwards. His right hand is held close at his right ear. His left hand is in the resting in equanimity mudra, holding a bowl and a skull cup. Drawing within or experience of the turbulent lights of promoter wisdom, or truly blazing with majestic brilliance. Resounding with melodious invisible Vajra songs. Through your compassion, think of me with love. Bless me to attain the 5 kayas and the 5 promoter wisdoms. Bless me to meet with the innate face of the way things are. Bless me so that the discursive thoughts arise as meditation. Bless me so that I may bring negative condition into the path. Bless me so that the negative actions, misdeeds, and obscurations are purified. Bless me so that other pure pitfalls of the view are severed. Bless me so that I will generate revelation to Samsara. Bless me so that I will accomplish the rainbow body and the Conchara. Ranga Jewar Bedate Jebsen Jebai Dorjene Gumdong Mosan Regar Sor Verai Jinde Sobaye Saye Ninja de Gardin Yombe Nyam Jai Du Jar Nam Ye Xie Wong Ai Zhu Be Long Zezen Rabde Bawar Yo Yome Dorjin Guryang Do Toji Dalai Seve Gong Genga Yishe Ngado Zinji Lo Nelo Rang Yaran Jawar Zinji Lo Namdo Gongden Jawar Zinji Lo Jing E Lam De Long War Zinji Lo Leng Ni De De Da Bar Zinji Lo Da Wai Kor Sai Ju Bar Zinji Lo Kor Wai Yen Lo Je War Zinji Lo Jalin Kar Ju De Bar Zinji Lo Om Guru Hasan Benza Hong 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 Om Guru Hasan Benza Hong. Namo Guru. Virginia, can you sing the Namo Guru, please?
Of course, Kempola.
Thanks. Namo Guru. Maybe someone can put in the chat room. Namo Guru, can you send in the chat room, someone?
Yeah, I'll get it. Just a minute.
Okay.
As Marilyn finds it and shares it, I'll say that about 6 months ago, Kempo shared with me this little blue book with Namo Guru. And in that moment, he asked me to share it with the Sangha, but I had never practiced it before. So I was just like jamming with it. And the beauty was that this same tune that I'm going to sing now is the one that came out. And I loved it so much that I sang it for like at least 3 months every day, nonstop. And I just wanted to share it because I think that's the beauty of music, when you kind of just like catch that beautiful tune from the musical limbo, the prayer limbo. It comes and stays with you forever. I think the link is there now, so I'll start. In the vast sky of the glorious Dharma tattoo, without boundary, no center, you pervade all dharmas, remembering again and again Vajradhara, the Dharmakaya. I supplicate you with one pointed mind, full of yearning. Guru, grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you. Clouds gather in the east over the land mist of blessings arise. Remembering again and again, Tilo Prajna Padra, I supplicate you with one appointed mind, full of yearning, Guru, grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you, Guru, grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you. Red lightning flashes over Pushpahari in the east. You underwent 12 trials for the sake of Dharma, remembering again and again, learned Mahapandita Narupa. I supplicate you with one pointed mind, full of yearning, Guru, grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you, Guru, grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you. The turquoise dragon thunders in the south over Drolong. You translated the teachings of the hearing lineage, remembering again and again the translator Marpalotsawa. I supplicate you with one pointed mind, full of yearning, Guru, grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you, Guru, Guru, grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you. A gentle rain is falling in the highlands of the Lachi's no range. Your instructions flow together into a lake. Remembering again and again, glorious Sherpa Doge, I supplicate you with one pointed mind, full of yearning, Guru, grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you, Guru, Guru, grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you. Shoot sprout in the land of Agmodru. You reveal the treasure of the deepest secret tantra, remembering again and again the Lord, the self-born Buddha. I supplicate you with one pointed mind, full of yearning, Guru, grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you, Guru, grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you. The 6 grains ripen in the north, in the region of Trikung. The 6 grains pervade all 6 realms of beings, remembering again and again the kindest lords of Dharma. I supplicate you with one pointed mind, full of splendor, Guru, grant your blessings so that I may be realized realize like you Guru, grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you Guru, Guru, grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you Guru, grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you. On the crown of my head, on a sun and moon seat, sits my kind rude Guru, inseparable from a Vajra Tara, remembering again and again my kind rude Guru, I supplicate you with one pointed mind full of yearning. Guru, grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you, Guru. Grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Virginia. Which page we are in the 18, right?
17 Kempo begins with the young man said.
Okay, below the. Okay. This is chapter 11, right?
Chapter 10 still Kempo. Oh, chapter 11. I'm sorry. Yes, correct.
Tangge duje yaje reisa rong yenje mado deje bonjo ba zerje lambo avere ji pego shaje jarve shabla sorwande doje janje delo narot maba mala chije gambo ba bamo truba yarwa inde gombe kaju lama namla sorwande rome chije yenje bodan Tesom sanje genje ngowo nye ransan jige ngonzong dongze zawe lame shabla sorwande. Okay, so we go to page 17. The young man said, your admonishment is very helpful. You will come and practice the Dharma with you. However, as it makes so sense to punish oneself by practicing the extreme, ascetic way of living, we beg you, for the sake of protecting the resource of your fortune and disciples, to keep for yourself a tiny share of belonging as a token. Also, we do not quite understand what you have just said in your song. Please make it clear. Okay, so this young guy, he is actually challenging with Milarepa, right? Making a little harder. So this song, we have to go back to, I think, 16. Beginning, we have to know what is this, who is this guy? Last week is too long already, we forget. So now we have to go back again. From Zoo, so Milarepa was a Zoo. The up there is Milarepa already benefited to Rechongpa. It's a disciple, same as the moon. And then no Milarepa went to the zoo. The Jesse Milarepa went to the lake cave of Rempo and remained there for some time. One day, some young men from his native country come to visit him. So native is his village. They said, in the past, you destroy all your enemies for revenge, and now you are practice the Dharma in such an outstanding way. So he knows all the Milarepa's background. Milarepa, he destroy his enemies, and now he is a practitioner. So he said, you are amazing. This is indeed marvelous and extraordinary. So yeah, it's Milarepa is like extraordinary. So what he did is marvelous. So he prays to Milarepa. When we are near you, we cannot help but feel like devoting ourselves to religion. So they're close to Milarepa, then have very strong connect with the Dharma, wanted to practice. But when we return home, we again become preoccupied with worldly efforts. So that's all we have problems. That's why we need a temple, we need a Dharma center, we need this spiritual connections. You know, sometimes we connect with the teacher and a very strong devotion arise, wanted to do something, but then the teacher's gone. After, you know, we also go back to again, same is like our life, become no connection, spiritual teachers. So when you go into the temple or special pilgrimage, special place, you really wanted to do something, but when you get home and go back to your normal life, is all this spiritual connection is gone again. So that's we all have these problems. We know, you know, we sometimes organize like teachers come, people exciting, wanted to do something, and really they're, you know, practice Dharma, no one can stop, kind of like very strong effort. But then finish their programs after monthly, then they just lost effort, go back to normal, no more. The effort is always gone in the lost. That's always happening. And then sometimes we create the programs, like big programs like spiritual, Garchen Rinpoche, or these teachers comes. Then we have spiritual things, tankas, statues, or other objects that they like to buy this or object they want to use. Example, prayer, and you know, this kind of object everyone buy, and after they take home and then just leave somewhere and box everything. They're no more going to use again. So it's actually forget, or it's forget again. So that kind of often happening for us. So that's why this guy also has the same issue. So in these people who ask request to Milarepa, they're saying what the issue problems, that issue problem we have. So that's why this teaching really help for us. We don't need to think about like, you know, 800 years ago, someone asked Milarepa these questions. So these questions actually come from us. These thoughts, drops always come from us, still same. Long as we have these samsara strong conditions, worldly conditions always there, so then this problem is always with us. Every day, this problem is with us. So you have to recognize, and what Milarepa gives suggestion, so we have to use that for our, you know, practice. And we have to take his suggestion, Milarepa giving suggestion to this guy. But when we return home, we again become occupied with worldly effort. How can we correct this? Milarepa replied, if one is really determined to free himself from the suffering of samsara, such as birth, old age, illness, and death, and so on, he will have peace of mind all the time, and we're not needed to make any effort. So Milarepa, just very simple suggestion in this one, right? You think so? So we need a renunciation, like we have to understand this samsara. So defect of samsara. So we just want to free from samsara. And the samsara, human beings suffering, is this birth, old age, sickness, and illness and death. So we wanted to free from that. Then he will have peace of mind all the time, and will not needed to make any effort. So if I understand this English way, if you have, long as you have this, defect of samsara, renunciation to samsara, then you are okay already, kind of it, right? So then you don't need too much, that is the most important we need. So now we see this samsara, in this world, is like, it's always the same, never, people think, oh, it's going to great, it's never going to great. It's a samsara means just always the changing. Human being never get learn long as we have emotions. So then cannot be too enjoy. So human being too much enjoy, they need suffering. They like to get suffering again. So they create suffering. So suffering helps again. They want peace, joy. So then too much peace and joy, and then they don't recognize that. So then emotions become strong, grasping is strong, and then go back to again create a suffering. So that is a human beings all the time, like his story, never going to end that. So its point is we have to end our own samsara. We cannot finish this whole samsara, finish suffering. We have to finish our own samsara. Our own samsara, bigger thing, like many lifetimes reborn again and again. But also we can take care our own samsara 1 year, 1 month, 1 day, 1 hour, every minute, so we can take care our own samsara. So long as we take care our own samsara, then can help also maybe, for others. If we don't take care our own samsara, the harder to help for others too. So we say, oh, we're going to help other beings. It's good thoughts, good intentions. The point, if we don't take care our own samsara, then its intention is good, but it's not that much power for benefit. So that's the reason, first we have to take care our own samsara each minute. And each hour, we can go into nirvana. Each day we can get in nirvana. Each month we can get in nirvana, Then long as you can get this, like then you can make year nirvana, you can life in nirvana, you can make whole, like this year, the lifetimes can make nirvana. So first we have to create, like each minute, each hours, we have to create our own nirvana. Just get away from samsara. So that's the practice. That's we recognize. When we have emotion, we are in samsara. You are really into the dharma. Dharma is this, you arise love, compassion, your mind, wisdom, and you are in the natural states. You are in the nirvana. So each moment we can get in nirvana. Then here also, see, we can use each time we can connect with the dharma practice. Today, like we can come join together. We are in the nirvana. So it's all, we have a conditions, the dharma conditions together. So there's also, we are lucky because we have all these conditions together, share this teaching. We have opportunity to hear this teaching. We can create Even in degeneration time, we can create spiritual conditions ourselves. So think precious human body and also defect of samsara. That's the Milarepa giving him suggestion. So long as you recognize defect of samsara, you can create always nirvana ourselves. Otherwise, he should bear in mind that the suffering in a future life could be much more double and long lasting than those in this life. Otherwise, like we endless suffering in samsara. And the burden could also be much heavier, I think. It's more heavier. So it's samsara, the negative is more bigger, right? Suffering is more bigger become. It is therefore of paramount importance to take step to prepare for the next life. So the prepare for next life is Milarepa giving suggestions most important than actually this life. Samsaric beings know how to take care of this life, but no one think about the future life. Actually, Dharma practitioner means not only looking into this life benefit, we have to look to future life benefit, which is really benefit. That means cause and effect. So the point of Milarepa giving teaching is there is like 4 thoughts practice meditation. So long as you have 4 thoughts meditation, he said you are okay. Then please hearken and I will sing a song for you. So he giving this song to the person. We already did this song last week, right? We did. I don't remember. It's explain. Then Milarepa give this song, so I follow this song. Is with sentient beings moving in the world, float down the flowing stream. So it's samsara is continue, never stop of the 4 sufferings, 4 different sufferings. He already talked up the 4 suffering. Compared to this, how much more formidable are the unceasing future lives in samsara? Why not? When prepare a boat for the crossing. So samsara is suffering. We have to prepare for crossing ocean of samsara in this life. The stage of our future life is far more fearful and dissolving of far more concern. Then are the dreadful demons, ghosts, and yama. So why not prepare for yourself a guide? So we have to guide for ourselves, like future life, important. Milarepa just point is like future is more longer than in this short temporary, this life. Even the dread possessions, carving, hatred, and blindness are not so fearful as the state of our unknown future. So why not prepare for yourself in antidote? So know this life, see these emotions is create suffering. So why we don't apply, something for practice Dharma antidote these emotions? Because the emotion is causes of suffering. Great is the kingdom of the 3 realms of samsara, but greater is the measureless road of birth and death. So why not prepare for yourself provisions? It will be better that you practice Dharma if you have no insurance in yourselves. So that's the Milarepa giving to this young man. The young man said, your diminishment is very helpful. And management is very helpful. we will come and practice the Dharma with you. So that he heard this teaching from Milarepa, he get benefit, and really this teaching help for him. Then he wanted to practice with Milarepa. However, as it makes no sense to punish oneself by practicing the extreme exotic way of living. So I think he thinks, it's too extreme. It's like punish ourselves. So Milarepa is actually really extreme comparing for the samsaric beings. Even like you see our like right now, Dharma practitioners, comparing them, Milarepa is more extreme than anyone. So he see that kind of extreme is like punish ourselves. We beg you, for the sake of protecting the resource of your patron and the desire to keep for yourself a tiny share of belonging as a tokens. I think he asked Milarepa, you have to take care, and student also can help you. You need food, clothes, place to stay, kind of. He giving suggestion to Milarepa. So that's it's our perceptions. They don't recognize Milarepa's joy and happy realizations, because he giving suggestion is his own perceptions. So that's what it does. Usually we also giving suggestions to the high realized teachers. So I do lots. Maybe you also doing that too. So these teachers shouldn't do this. I sometimes kind of criticize, but not heartily criticize, but his mouth, saying, "Oh, you cannot do this. You shouldn't do this." If you do this, it makes it more harder for us or people, and that kind of sharing. So this guy also he share just his perception and the thoughts. Also, we do not quite understand what you have just said in your song. He also didn't understand everything what Milarepa says. Please make it clear in replay Milarepa song. So Milarepa giving another song of realization to him. Okay, so now we need a singer. Who is the next one? Okay, Virginia.
That's me, and then Amanda will do the next one.
Okay.
Reliance on a qualified guru is the guide to samsara nirvana. Sparing charity provides for the journey as the rising moon shines brightly in the darkness. Real experiences in meditation enlighten one's mind. This is the companionship one should search for as a guide to give accumulated wealth for the cause of Dharma. Prepares one's world for samsara stream, holding the view without sectarian bigotry. One can meditate without distraction if action accords with Buddha's teaching. A precept is clear and the Guru is pleased. The reward is to die without regret. The reward is to die without regret. Kinsmen, patrons, and disciples mean naught to me. The yogi them. Fame, grandeur, and honor mean not to me, the yogi. Pursuers of the 8 desires need them. Property, goods, and social life mean not to me, the yogi. Pursuers of the fame require them. Tidiness, washing, and sanitation mean not to me, the yogi. Never do I want them. They are what you young men need. These 12 things don't concern me. I know well that it is not everyone who can practice all these things, but you young men assembled here, remember the boastful talk of this old man. If you want happiness in life, practice then the Dharma. Renounce distractions and remain in solitude. Cling to the hermitage with perseverance. Yearn for Buddhahood and your fortitude will grow. Only then you will vanquish the 4 demons.
Thank you. Okay, this song is so Milarepa replied to him that he just wanted to take care of Milarepa. It's Milarepa, he thinks so extreme, it's really hard and the difficulty. Actually, he's kind of like he's saying Milarepa is suffering, but truly not suffering Milarepa. And he wanted to take care then, but Milarepa giving this song is realizing qualified guru is guide to samsara and the nirvana. So unsurpassing charity provide the 4th journey. Rely on the guru is the unsurpassing charity provide for the journey. Then as the rising moon shines brightly in the darkness, the rare experience in meditation, enlightening one's mind is the companionship one should search for as a guide. I think this one makes it clear. What is the? I have Tibetans like didn't go along together. The rare experience of my meditation, enlightening one's mind. This is the companionship. I say this companionship. One should search for as a guide to giving accumulated wealth for the cause of Dharma. Prepare one's boat for samsara stream. So I see. So it's whatever we have accumulated wealth is more, for the creators, for something positivity and donations. So they prepare one's boat for samsara stream. Holding the view without the sectarian bigotry, right? Bigotry. So no, bias the views and the religions, then that I think view without sectarian bigotry. One can meditate without distraction if action accord with the Bodhisattva teaching. If someone, no distraction meditating, and then that is the perfection conduct, Bodhisattva's action. Perceive is clear and the Guru pleased. So me, you revere into without regret. Kings mean patrons and disciples mean not how to say not to me.
Nothing.
Or that he don't need these disciples, patrons. Only you worldly being needed them. So it's who follow the worldly people, their need, but he's a yogi don't need. Fame, grandeur, and honor mean not to me. The yogi pursuit of this desire needed them. So who is follow the worldly, at different kind of like follow. It's someone seeking for the praise, offerings, and the famous, so that kind of need, but he said he don't need. Property, goods, and the social life mean not to me, he don't need. The yogi, treasures of fame require them. These people need tenderness, washing, and sanitation. Me, not to me, he don't need to showers. The yogi, never do I want them. So they are what you young me need. So young people need the clean showers, make up things. He said he don't need. These 12 things do not concern me. I know where that is not everyone who can practice all these things. But young me, example here. Remember the boastful talk. If this order means, if you want happiness in life, practice, then the Dharma. So if someone wanted to happiness, then Milarepa giving suggestion, practice the Dharma, renounce distractions, and remain in solitude. So renunciation to samsara, and meditate practice solitude place. Yearn for the Buddhahood, and your fortitude will grow. So you will then vanquish the four demons. So among the youth was well gifted, most intelligent, hardworking, and compassionate young men. So another person was there. They have groups there together. So one is like more intelligent, more hard worker. And he said to Milarepa, my guru, it is solely because we have been attached to the efforts of this life that we have neglected to look after our destiny in future lives. So they are attached to in this life. He said that's the reason very hard to think about future life. Please accept us your servants. So he recourse to his Milarepa's, this kind of disciple. We shall renounce this life and devoted ourselves to the preparation for our future life. So he kind of take promise. He said he's going to do something good in future life. And in this light, please be kind enough to give us some further instructions. A human body, free and opportune is as precious as jewel. Replay Milarepa. So Milarepa says human body of free opportunity is precious as jewel. So precious human body is like Milarepa, I think, sharing. He said it's very important. It's opportunity, and to have a chance to practice the Dharma is likewise very rare. So connect with the Dharma is very rare, hard. Also to find one serious Buddhist in 100 is difficult. Considering the difficulties of meeting the right gurus and other necessary favorable conditions for practice Buddhism, you should deem yourselves very fortunate that you have no meet all this is requirement. Do not therefore waste them, but practice the Dharma. Milarepa then song. So Milarepa, he giving just suggestion is we have this precious human body, connect with the spiritual opportunity. We have all this. He said, don't wasting time, practice the Dharma. So then he give this song to this person again. Okay, so Aminda, please.
From V8 on freedom's is hard. It is to gain the human form, free and consume. To realize the sorrows of samsara and to seek nirvana is difficult. Out of 100 seekers of Bodhi, it is hard to find one who may attain the pure and favorable conditions. To renounce the pleasures of this life is hard, as it is to make full use of the gem-like human body. Slide is the chance to meet a compassionate guru who knows the traditional and expedient inner teachings. A sincere and faithful disciple with ability to practice Dharma is most rare. To find a temple without fear and commotion is most hard. To find a congenial companion whose views, practice, and school agree with you is rare. To attain a body without pain and sickness, able to endure hard practice is difficult. Even when you have fulfilled all these conditions, it is still hard to concentrate on meditation.
Thanks, Amanda. So the Milarepa gives song is 9 hard, very hard for the Dharma practitioners, 9 different hardest. Maybe we have this problem. Do you or no? Okay, Mary here is, she said yes. She is laughing, she said yes, 100%. So the escape from it, no freedom is hard. Freedom is very hard to get, freedom. So it's free from these lower realms, then we are, our condition or dharma, mentally condition, no handicap, physically no handicap. So that kind, connect with the dharma is hard. So many beings has this difficult to no freedom, that's hard. It's to gain the human form free and opportune. So it's precious human body is hard. To realize the sorrows of samsara and seek nirvana is difficulty. Very hard to know samsara is a suffering. Nirvana is we really want to liberating. Free from samsara is hard. Out of 100 seekers of Buddhi, it is hard to find. I see. Out of 100 seekers of Buddha, it is hard to find one who may attain the pure and favorable conditions. Even if someone wanted to practice the Dharma, but all these conditions get together, it's very hard. Then to renounce the pleasure of this life is hard. It is, where is it hard to find? Okay, hard. It is to make full use of the gem-like human body. Slag is the chance to meet a compassionate guru. Very hard to find compassion guru who knows the tradition and expanding inner teachings. So hard to find a teacher who can share the Dharma and has teacher who has practice and compassion. Then teacher also hard to find. Also student also hard to, have correct student. A sincere and faithful disciple with ability to practice Dharma is most rare. So someone really practices Dharma is really rare. And who has devotion and not, is losing patience, who has patience and meditating, practicing. So that kind of student is hard. Then I found a temple without fear and commotion is most hard. So is I find a temple without fear is this is not temple is in our like kind of a center, Dharma center and house temples. I think temple means like where we practice, like, remote area, solitary place. And so it's solitude place actually. Temple is find a temple without a fear. And commission is most hard. To find congent companions, those views, practice, and score agree with you is rare. It's very hard to find also Sangha, same idea, same company, very hard to find together practice, sharing the same view. To attain a body without the pain and sickness, able to endure hard practices difficulty. Is our body also hard to practice Dharma because always sick and get hurt, suffering all the time, body. Even when you have fulfilled all these conditions, it is still hard to concentrate on meditation. Even you have this all everything conditions we have, but still very hard to concentration, control the crazy mind. So that's us, we have mostly up there talk about the condition we have, but we cannot control our crazy mind. So that's the problem. Then these are the 9 hard conditions. It's very hard condition for samsaric beings to practice Dharma. However formidable and exciting they may be, with the determination and practice, one can equal them. So having had this admonishment, the young man could not but develop a very strong faith in the Gypsy. He devoted himself to serve Milarepa, who gave him the initiations and instructions. So Milarepa giving teachings to this guy, he also has very good, enough quality student. Later, he became a very accomplished yogi and attained liberation. He also attained liberation. So it's a good thing. So we think about, we cannot be same as Milarepa, but we can be these guys, liberation. So then if we practice more in this life, become more benefit. If you create more accumulation merit, and you can more benefit future other beings. So this practice of Dharma, is not only our own liberation, because some meditator practitioners, they have already their own taken care already, but they never stop practice. That become more benefit for future other beings. And these people think about Milarepa compared to Milarepa has many, like we already up their story, thousands people is realizers. They're free from samsara, they liberate, but they cannot be same as Milarepa because they didn't put effort same as Milarepa. So even we cannot be same as Milarepa, so we think, I cannot do this Milarepa, what he did. But we can be same as his followers, so free from samsara. Then what the difference is, Milarepa, he can benefit. His activity benefit is never end, because he did so hard work and practice meditation and whole life. So the all is benefiting for other beings. He was known as Milarepa intermediate son disciple Tsapurepa. So his name is become Tsapurepa. This is the story of Tsapurepa meeting Milarepa in the Great Lake Cape. So Milarepa connect with the Tsapurepa. That's the story. So we finish this one, and then we have another one. Another one, I think you can find in the chat room, or maybe you already have.
Yeah, it's in the chat room.
Okay. So we finish chapter 11. So we know we're going to chapter 12. Sorry, but I have to download this one. Okay. So 12 is the shepherd search for mind. Absent to Guru. One day, Gypsy Milarepa descended from the great lake, kept to happy village of Mayor for food and alms. Seeing many people in the center of the village, he said to them, "Dear patrons, please give me some food this morning." So Milarepa went to in this area and baked the food. They asked, "Are you the much talked about yogi who formerly resigned at Rama?" So they heard, someone in the Rama who lived, that person is meditator, yogi, very famous one. So they asked him, "Are you that guy?" He replied, "Yes, I am." They had great respect for him arose within them, and they cried. Right? Cried is correct? Cried. Yeah. Oh, here come the wonderful yogi. So everyone, hear his name because it's Milarepa is kind of famous people hearing his names. They are very happy he come there. So it's good sometimes like these teachers, people hearing and when there's famous hear names, then there comes right away respect. If they don't hear Milarepa, so they criticize him, they challenge with Milarepa. They think, why you are here, why you bake the food, why you no work, you are young. And, they ask them, they can hire you, I can hire you, give a job, do something. That kind of, that does. Among them was a married couple who had no children. Inviting Milarepa to the house. So it's married person and they didn't have a child. They invited them home. They served him and said, "Dear Lama, where are your home and relatives?" Milarepa replied, "I am a poor beggar who has destroyed his relative and native land and has also been forsaken by them." So he said, "I banned everything. I don't have." Then the couple cried, "In that case, we would like to adopt you into our family." So they give like high, very high. It's there receiving Milarepa. They say, "We can adopt you, child." The people are really crazy, right? So our family, because they cry and their thing is like he's really poor, he didn't have family, he didn't have these relatives, so they can accept him, his adopting child. They offer him, "We have a good strip of land which we can give you." So there has also land. They say, "We can give you. You can then marry in attractive woman, and soon you will have relatives." So they say, "Okay, we adopting child, you have this land, you have a house, you have everything, so then you can marry, you have relatives." Milarepa replied, what are he going to say? He can accept, could be, right? You don't know, yogi is unpredictable. I have no need of these things, and will tell you why. So he said, "I don't need this." Tell you why. So first he giving up home. I think home and the land at first seem pleasant. Okay.
Home and land at first seem pleasant, but there are like a rust filing away one's body, word and mind.
some plowing and digging chemical. When the seeds you planted never sprout, you have worked for naught. In the end it becomes a land of misery, desolate and unprotected, a place of hungry spirits and of haunting ghosts. When I think of the warehouse for sorry sinful deeds, it gnaws at my heart. In such prison of transiency I will not stay. No, I have no wish to join your family.
Thanks, Virginia. So no, this song is is giving up home. So it's good for when we some lose home and strong attached to the house, land. So we have to think about this. In this, each realization song has benefit, because according to different kinds of people has suffering, difficulties, different kinds of difficulties. So he said home and the land are first seem pleasant. So that's we know home and the land is pleasant for us. Then but they are like a raspy, right? Ras, feeling away one's body, words, and mind. So the point is like you have a land, you have a house, you are serving for the house. Your body's speech, mind, or is this house, land control you. And servant, you have become servant for your land. Toilsome, right? Toilsome, plugging, plowing, and digging can become. First is we are serving. Then second, this taking care land is not easy, especially farm workers is not easy. So all these hard works. And when the seeds you planted never sprout, you have work for knifed, not. So what the farmers planted the crops, but maybe not you don't get, and your all hard work is useless. It's knocked. In the end, it become a land of misery. So, and when we die, just this land is become have to give up and left behind. Nothing can take with us, and it become a land of misery, desolate and unprotected, a place of hungry spirits and of hunting ghosts. So the place is become just hungry spirit and hungry ghost. When I think of this warehouse for string in 4 deeds, so think about it. It's in the war. The people has million homes, business places, just everything is destroyed by the these war pains. No, it's a ghost home and nothing. No one wanted to stay there. No one wanted to be there. So everything's left behind. We can see very clearly. So that's why Milarepa say he seeing that when I think of the warehouse for strong and sinful deeds, it gunas at my heart. In such a person of transcendences, I will not stay. I have no wish to join your family. So he said he doesn't like your home. He doesn't like their farm, what offer, and he didn't accept anything from them. The married couple said, "Please do not talk like that." Hey, what are you talking about? Are you crazy? You know that's so you have good fortune here. Why you don't take? We will find you a fun girl from a prominent family, permanent family, who is fit to be your bride and who will suit your taste. Please consider this Milarepa song. So they're going to find someone for him. He can marry it. So, you know, Milarepa denied the land and home. So now they offer something different for Milarepa. So now he's going to sing.
Virginia, do you want me to do this one? Do you want to do it?
Okay,
Whatever you want.
Go ahead if you want to. Go.
Okay.
Who is recording?
At first the lady is like a heavenly angel. The more you look at her, the more you want to gaze. Middle age, she becomes a demon with a corpse eyes. You say one word and she shouts back too. She pulls your hair and hits no knee. You strike her with your staff, but she throws a ladle. At life's end, she becomes an old cow with no teeth. Her angry eyes bum with a devilish fire, penetrating deep into your heart. I keep away from women to avoid fights and quarrels. For the young bride you mentioned, I have no appetite. Ay, Milarepa.
That's very strong, right? Milarepa saying. So, first lady is like a heavenly angel. That's correct, right? So all these samsaric beings, everyone see that. The more you look at her, the more you want to get. So it's same, you know, like Milarepa is they're offering girl to Milarepa. So Milarepa saying this. They're offering like guy, you know, then Milarepa going to say same this. So don't think about only saying the words negative for girls. So it's like they're offering to girl for him. First, yeah, okay, we have this problem, guy and girl, so each other. Middle age, he become a demon with a corpse's eyes. The eyes become very strong. Finally. Then you say one word to her and she shouts back to two. So you say one, is she going to reply you two things? Maybe, you know, your husband does that or wife does that, you know. not maybe first year, second year, third year, kind of like maybe have kids, after can be happening that. She pulls your hair and hits your knee. You stick her with your stuff, but back she throws a litter. So then this is, it's things in Tibet, the normal the family has. They throw each other, and they're yelling each other, throw these things each other. As life is end, she become old core with no teeth. So when we have become old, it's happening this. Her angry eye born with a devilish fire penetrating deep into your heart. I kept away from women to avoid fights and quarrels. For the young brides you mentioned, I have no appetite. What means appetite?
Hunger.
Oh, he no hunger for that. No desire for that. The point. He don't like anything. This.
No thanks.
No thanks. Yeah, no need. So then, what they're going to do, young couple? I mean, this other couple. The husband then said, "No, his husband said, Dear Lama, it is true that he accepted, but he said it's true that when one grows old and close to death, he has not the same capacity for enjoy life or for being pleasant as when he was young. So he said, okay, no, you are okay. You are young. You can take care of yourself. You can enjoy. But when you get old, so we need something. Otherwise, we get difficulty. But if I have no son, my grief and disappointment will be unbearable. So he said, without a son, it's unbelievable suffering when we get old. So how about you? Don't you need a son at all? So why you don't need a son? He don't need a wife. So he says like the reasons, many things. So that thing, okay, you don't need a wife, but you need a son. So Milarepa saying in a replay, maybe he need a son, even he don't need a wife and a house and a land, What are you going to say for the son? Okay, next singer, please.
Virginia, would you like to sing this one? I'll sing the next one. Is that okay?
Perfect. Yes, of course. Let's see. In youth, the sun is like the Prince of Heaven. You love him so much that the passion is hard to bear. In middle age, he becomes a ruthless creditor, to whom you give up, but he still wants more. Driven from the hand are his own parents. Invited in is his beloved charming lady. His father calls, but he will just not answer. His mother cries out, but he will not listen, no. Then the neighbors take advantage, spreading lies and rumors. Thus I learned that one's child often becomes one's enemy. Oh, bearing this in mind, I renounce the fetters of Samsara. For sons and nephews I have no appetite.
Thanks, Virginia. I think he didn't accept son too. So son's problem, what Milarepa says, in youth, a son is like a prince of heaven. Yeah, you love him so much that the person is hard to bear. So when the son was young, you love so much for the son. In middle age, he become a ruthless creditor. So middle age, he's become change. To whom young give or, so whatever you give or, but he still wants more. Whatever you give, he never satisfy. So the taking care son is not pleasant, right? So you put so much effort and so much rely on and so strong expectation to the son, but then son is not same than what you want. Okay, so that then driven from the house are his own parents. In what in his beloved charming lady, so he can be have a girlfriend or wife, then he kick out the parents, could be. His father calls, but he will never not answer. He not give answer for father. His mother then cry out, but he will not listen to parents. Could be kick out parents. And then then the neighbors taking advantage, spreading lies and rumors. So neighbors created the problems. Thus are learned that one's child of becomes one's enemy. Bring this in my mind, I renounce the fetters of samsara. For sons and nephews, I have no appetite. So he doesn't need son and nephews. He don't see son is great. So it's good is here lesson, you know, us. We have strong attached to like farm and the land, and think about these words, it's become less attachment fixation. So this is a good lesson. And then house, so we can be loose or this whatever we own and think about these words. And then husband and wife, the lesson is there is impermanent. Nothing is permanent. So we think right now, oh yeah, no, like that, what Milarepa says is incorrect, but everything is going to change. You know, what we make decision is not in there right now. Not everything our hand, you know, everything is change. So we know, so like when we was young to, you know, until now, everything is changing. So our body is all the time changing, mentally change, mind is changing. Then our, you know, condition, everything is changing. So nothing is controlled, always change. Sometimes like we think, oh, no, it's, you know, my son is not like that. My land is not like that. So this is generally coach answer he giving, you know. So this helps us become, we don't need a strong fixation attached to this. So this songs really helps us. Yeah. Then also son, you know, some people really strong, rely on everything, so strong fixation, or we say so much kind of expectation to the son. So you can have your son taking care whatever you need, good thing, not so strong expectation. The point, yeah, that helps become, you know, your mind is more freedom and relax. Otherwise, you have so strong fixation, strong expectation to our sons, daughters, nephews, you know, relatives, our husband and wife. It's not great. It's create causes of suffering. So then the point he said he don't need this anything. So that whatever they offer, Milarepa denied. Those like Milarepa, no compassion. Because he don't taking care of these two people, couple, wishing. See, this yogis is have more, thinking about the future benefit, not only like that moment, looking temporary benefits. So temporary Milarepa looking benefits, of course, he take these things. Even he don't want to marry, but he has a house, he has a land, he has a home. They fulfill these people's wish. The us recourse him, but Milarepa not seeking temporary benefit. Yeah. So Milarepa, he's not wanted to belong to one family. Milarepa wanted to belong to all sentient beings. Yeah, so that's the thing about. Then both husband and wife agreed. They agreed what he says. That's a good thing. With him, replaying. What you have said is indeed, I think that's true. They like what Milarepa says. Sometimes one's own son becomes own enemy. So there's can be our son's enemy. Perhaps it would be better to have a daughter. So they are not going to stop. They say we need a daughter. Okay, son is bad. So could be you're right, son is no good. So we need a daughter. What do you think? In answer Milarepa song. So Milarepa maybe he like son, daughter? I don't think so. So we can see. Okay, Amanda.
In you, the daughter is like a smiling heavenly angel. She is more attractive than our jewels. In middle age, she is good for nothing. Before her father, she openly carries things away. She pilfers secretly behind her mother's back. If her parents do not praise her and satisfy her wants, they will suffer from her bitterness and temper. In the end, she becomes red-faced and wields a sword. At her best, she may serve and devote herself to others. At her worst, she will bring mishaps and disaster. Woman is always a troublemaker. Bearing this in mind, one should avoid irretrievable misfortunes. For women, the primary source of suffering. I have no appetite.
Thanks, Amanda. Milarepa no accepting daughter, right? So now they're offering the daughter. So then Milarepa say, daughter is like a smiling heavenly angel. It's nice, right? She is more attractive and precious than our jewel. It's beautiful first. In middle age, she is good for nothing. So before in the middle age, she is good for nothing. What means?
She doesn't do anything. She's no good.
She's no good, become. Okay.
Start stealing stuff.
So things, everything that take away, right? Before her father, she openly cries things away, carries things away. She prefers secretly behind her mother's back, fighting with mother, right?
Stealing from mother.
Or stealing from mother. If her parents do not press her and satisfy her wants, then they will suffer from her bitterness and temper, angry, upset, right?
Yep.
In the end, she becomes red-faced and wields a sword. So at her best, she may serve and devote herself to others. At her worst, she will bring mishaps, I think. Mishaps and disaster. Woman is always a troublemaker. Bring this in mind. One should avoid irritable misfortune for women, the primary source of suffering. I have no appetites. Okay, he didn't accept the girl too. So he think this is the create suffering, Milarepa. So Milarepa denied the son, denied the daughter, denied the wife, denied the house, denied all the lands. And then what this is going to do? The husband and the wife then said, one may not need a son and daughters. So they agree again. They are nice, they're listening. What Milarepa says, they agreed. But without relatives, life would be too miserable and helpless. Is that not so? Milarepa again song. So there, then you need relatives. Even you don't need your own family, but you really need your relatives. And Milarepa give the song again. Okay, so who is the next songing? Okay, Ati want to sing. Ati, you want to sing this?
Yes, I'll try. I don't have the instrument like Virginia and Amanda, but I think I need to get one if I'm going to be a good Milarepa.
Good.
Okay, joyfully.
Yes.
Okay, I'm beginning singing now. At first, when a man greets his relatives, he is happy and joyful with enthusiasm. He serves, entertains, and talks to them. Later, they share his meal and wine. He offers something to them once, and they may not reciprocate. And they may reciprocate, but I think later not. In the end, they cause anger, craving, and bitterness. They are a fountain of regret and unhappiness. With this in mind, I renounce pleasant and sociable friends. For kinsmen and neighbors, I have no appetite.
Thanks, Ati. Okay, so okay, so at first, when a man greets his relatives, so it's friend and relatives. This is our friend and relative, everything. He's happy and joyful with enthusiasm. So first they are happy, enthusiasm, they be together. I think it's like make happy each other. His service entertains and talks to them. It's they're talking each other, entertaining each other. You know, I think it's receiving each other is great, I think, first. Later, they share his meat and wine. So then goes like they're sharing each other like meat and wine. So that is the party, the biggest thing. In Tibet, I think wine and meat. They share his meat and wine, sharing each other. He offers something to them once. They may reciprocate. What means?
Gives back.
Yeah, if you're giving something, they give you something.
Right.
If you don't give, they don't give you. If you do something, they also do something for you. But then kind of like, you know, not really happily doing, but just you do something, they give you something, they do something. If you don't do, they're not going to do. The point is they are not relying on when you need. So you are good, they are there. So when you are not, you don't have like, you know, can helping them or do something for them, then they are not there. So when you are difficulty, they are not there helping you. So point is, relatives, friends is no benefit. In the end, they're causing anger, carving, and bitterness. Then end, so this create each other, you know, suffering. Become, see, craving is, I think, is one thing, right? And the bitterness means kind of they do something, but become create each other causes of suffering. So it's the same as a family situation, relative friends, it's become enemies, not friend anymore. So they're harming each other. The point is, they are fountain of regret and unhappiness. So that's why it's the end. See, the happening these things. They are a fountain of regret and unhappiness. Then create unhappiness. No more. They are create happiness each other. So the end, they create suffering each other. With this in mind, so I renounce pleasing and sociable friends. So he renounced this, Milarepa. This is also thing about, you know, every situation has these difficulties, not only friends, relatives, right? Family. And, you know, family get along together first, married, joy, and then it's divorce and get causes of lots of suffering each other, harming each other. So it's all samsara is that. First is joy, is kind of a change, like suffering of a change. Usually we talk about the samsara is suffering. This is a change suffering of change. For kinsmen and neighbors, I have no appetite. So he don't have a desire for relatives, friends. He say, I already give up these things. He don't need. So then what they're going to offer him? This or they offer what they're good things. The couple has offering to everything for Milarepa. He denied everything. No suit for anything for him. So that's why samsaric beings seeing Milarepa as crazy. Milarepa seeing samsaric beings crazy. So they offer everything, but Milarepa denied. The couple then said, indeed, you may not need to kiss me. However, since we own a great deal of property, would you like to have and take care of it? Wow, oh my goodness, they again push him. So they offered the land for him. Would you like to have it and take care of it? Milarepa replied, as the sun and the moon never stop to brighten one small place. So, your chong check mimpa sister nyede demo nge chan dropa the drama betung utan the chin send the pundu music. Also, this is the very important, Milarepa give answer to them. Since we own, it's moon never stop. Sun and the moon never stop to breaking on small place. So sun only, moon shining to very small village, not going to whole world, the no one can stop that. So Milarepa just pointed his sun and the moon. So I devote myself to the welfare of all sentient beings. So he said, I have to benefit all these mother sentient beings. I cannot therefore become a member of your family. I cannot be only your family's member. I have to belong to all mother sentient beings. Sun and moon, never stay in the one place to, remove the darkness. So sun moon have to remove darkness, the whole world. By merely beholding me, both of you will be benefited in this and future lives. So Milarepa said, you too, by merely behold me, that they hold Milarepa and meet them talking with Milarepa, both of you will be benefited. He said, you both get benefit in this and future life. So you both get benefit this life and future life. I will also make a wish that may we meet in the pure line of origin. So the Milarepa say we can meet in the pure line, future life. It's so that's going to share the song to them. So we're going to stop there, or what do we do? 1 o'clock already, yeah. And we finish the time. So Milarepa is say good things already. He going to meet future life in the origin, in the pure line. So actually he already taken care of them. This couple, he already take care of them. And Milarepa say, I'm not going to be your family, but I take care of you in this life and the future life. So that's his giving to them. It's great. Okay, so now then we can see what happens is next week.
Kembula,
Yes.
may I ask a question?
Yes, Laming.
In the Vajrayana tradition, especially in the secret club, we see that even in the Tara, the 7 verses of Tara say that the conditioned phenomena is no different from that. So if that's the case, Samsara and Nirvana is almost in the true realize to see them as equal. But in here, Milarepa really emphasized the suffering of Samsara, which I totally understand, and also his own experience, relative, and everything is not reliable and it's terrible to him. So he can understand the suffering of Samsara. But in the ultimate level, isn't we talk about Samsara and Nirvana are equal? So how do we reconcile with it? How can we compromise each other? Like he was talking about all the terrible thing about Samsara. Yeah, that's true.
Milarepa sharing to these people is for beginners who has a very strong attached to Samsara.
Oh, okay.
So he's not sharing is his realization, his view. He's sharing their perception. He taking care of them.
That's why they can understand.
Yeah.
So from his ultimate level, actually, there's no difference.
Yeah, he don't have this, samsara nirvana. Is wherever he is nirvana.
Okay.
He's sharing their perception, his perception, talking about them.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so now we go to Milarepa's sadhana, Guru Yoga. Om Guru Hasam Ben Zahong, Om Guru Hasam Ben Zahong, Om Guru Hasam Ben Zahong. The enlightened body of the Jetsin Jepadorje and my mind makes without duality beyond elaboration. Like water bubbles dissolving into water, evenly rests in the state without a concept. Jetsin Jepadorje ko ransom to Daran Yimindi, Chala Chavara Tambadar, Miming on the Nyambar Yo. By this virtue may I safely accomplish Mahamudra. Then may I establish all wandering being without exception upon that ground. Gewan de yen yorda da sajai jembo indrubjo nendro wajay jamale de ya salangu parisho. Lord Mala laughing, Varjara to you I pray. Lord Mala laughing, Varjara to you I pray. Jemalai Jebai, Lord Jelai, Zorwan de So. Next is dedication. Extra dedication. Dorje Chang, De Lopa Naropa, Marpa Milarepa, Dharma Lodi Gambopa, Pamutuba Lodi Gomba. Please bestow upon us most auspicious blessings of our Kaju Lamas. By this virtue may I achieve omniscience, may by defeating our enemies confusion, may all who traverse on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross all king of Samsara. Bodhicitta, the excellent in the precious mind, where it is humble, may it arise, where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. I pray the Lama may have a good health. I pray the Lama may have a long life. I pray that your Dharma activities suffer far and wide. I pray that I may not be separate from you. As Majeshri Vero realized the ultimate state, and as did the Samanta, but I will follow in the path and fully dedicate all the merry for sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddha who attained the three kayas, by the blessing of the true of unchanging Dharma as a side, by the blessing of indivisible Sangha order, may the merry I shall bear fruit. By the virtue collected in 3 times, by my 7 or beings in Samsara and Nirvana, and by the inner rule of virtue, may I all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious enlightenment. May the teaching of Guru Digombara Nashiri, whose omniscient Lord of Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue to increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of the samsara. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Thank you, Virginia, Amanda, singers, Artie. Thanks, everyone. Tashi Dele.
Che, bless you, all these wonderful singers. It was so inspiring today. Kempala, I want to say you're such an amazing Buddha that your Sangha is full of serious students who work really hard and don't create fear or commotion. They're really wonderful, all the people who help this happen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kempo.
Thanks, Melissa.
Thank you,
Thank
Kempala.
you, Melissa. Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Bye,
Virginia.
everybody.
Thank you.